So my name's Logan Jackson. I go to KSU. I'm a freshman. My girlfriend actually brought me to Cedar Crest. We started dating, and she invited me, and I've just been here ever since, and I've loved it. So my story starts kind of like this. I was raised in a Baptist church my whole life, baptized at a really young age, around the age of like 6. But I never really knew like what it was like to have a relationship with Jesus. And then about a year and a half ago, my family and I, we got the news that my grandma was diagnosed with cancer, and it was rough. But one day, in particular, we were down there visiting her in the hospital, and the doctors walked in the room. It was 2 of them. They walked in the room, and one of them was just holding this bracelet, and it just said, "God is bigger" on it. And she just walked up to my grandma, and she handed it to her, and she said, "Miss Jackson, God is bigger. God is bigger than the cancer you're facing right now. God's bigger." And I didn't really think anything of it. I thought it was cool in the moment, but she slapped it on. She wore it, and then a few weeks later, it was actually summertime, so I was at the beach, and I get a call from my mom, and she said, "Logan, doctors say that your mama took a turn for the worst, and she's probably not gonna make it through the night." And I just remember dropping the phone and just walking out on the beach and just like looking up and being like, "Why? Like, I've been praying like, God, that you heal my grandma, and like just why haven't you?" And in that moment, like, I just felt so much peace of like God just being like, "Logan, I'm bigger than this. Like, I'm bigger than like anything you're gonna go through. I'm bigger than this right now." And so I ended up flying back home for the funeral a few days later, and right when I got there, her bracelet was just sitting on the table, and I asked my aunt, like if I could put it on and wear it, and she's like, "Go for it." So I put it on, and like I've been wearing it every day, like ever since, and it just means so much to me because like God just showed up for me, like in that moment, like when I needed Him, because I've been raised in a church my whole life, but like I've never been like tested like that, like God just showed up for me, and I realized like through that God's bigger. And I like to just like look at the cross when I think of that, because I look at how like God took the worst thing to ever happen, and He turned it into the best thing to ever happen. And like I feel like He's done that in my life, because the way He took the death of the Son of God, like Jesus, and He turned it into the greatest thing to ever happen. Like He's just done that with my life, because now I know like my purpose for being here. Like I have a purpose. My purpose is to go tell people that like God is bigger, and like go share like what He's done in my life to like the world, and share Jesus to the world. And like He's just changed my life. He's just changed my life, everything I do. So yeah, I started getting hooked into this college life group ministry that we have. We meet on Sunday nights, and the people in that group are just amazing. Like it just keeps growing too, and it's just so cool. The fact that like we do get to do life together, and like it's cool too, thinking about like just all the different stories that Jesus brought together, and like in that life group, and like, all the friendships that I've been able to make through it, and it's just super cool. I want to get baptized because, like I said, He's changed my life, and I think it's important because, like it says in the Bible, like when we get baptized, we go public with our faith, and like that's just what I want to do. I want to do that to like my church family, Cedar Crest. Like I've just loved being here, and Jesus is on the move here at Cedar Crest, and I just want to tell my church family, Cedar Crest, that I'm doing this. I'm all in. My name's Logan, and I've decided to follow Jesus.